Hello, so it's gonna be an analysis quickly on gold. So if you are watching me on YouTube, then hopefully you understand that what we were expecting on gold, and it's gonna be a quick gold analysis, and we're gonna be done quickly. So previously we were expecting gold to find a floor over there, and if you remember, we were expecting gold to find a floor here within these areas at 89 within these areas. If you have seen my previous YouTube videos, then you may know that, all right? And if not, then go and catch those updates. So as I was saying that we may see some resistance over there at 4160. So we may see resistance over there. So we are having resistance, and the price started to correct over there at 4160, 4150, these areas. So still bullish. And yesterday we were expecting a 15-minute pullback, another leg lower, and then continuation for more upside. So right now I'm not looking at the crypto, all right? So I'm looking just at the gold. So bear with me. So me update that later on when I'll have enough time to do that. But right now we are the yesterday we were expecting gold to do this, all right? Gold to hold that 15-minute low, right? So if in the yesterday analysis we were expecting gold to fall for another leg lower and hold these previous lows, these areas, and it slightly went lower and then found its floor over here and then went up. So we got that move, one more leg up on gold on this 15-minute time frame, but we did not see continuation for further upside. And we are having another leg lower, which is a very, you can say that a bigger correction is just simply happening over there on this 1 hour time frame, a bigger sideways market, very much similar like these previous ones. All right, so very much similar like these previous corrections. And we are expecting it to break out and continue to keep pushing more higher, as we can see that the silver is still pushing higher. So if I'm gonna pull out the silver chart, we can see that the silver is still continue to keep pushing higher. We may see a pullback over there on silver, or price can drag till to that low, as we can see that the dollar is still gaining. All right, so silver can drag till that low, something like this kind of formation we may see. So let me put another arrow over there. Okay, so dollar is gaining. We can see there that the euro is down, pound is down, all right, and dollar is gaining over there. So which means that we may see strength as well on the dollar against the silver, and it can correct, and then we can expect it to continue to keep pushing more higher. So pullback is likely over here on the silver. So gold is correcting. So gold is correcting. All right, so if I'm gonna look at the 50-minute time frame, so the chart which has just shown you that we were expecting this to hold that low and break out. So we had that move. All right, so we are having that move. So we are within that correction right now, okay? And we don't have any sign yet for breakout of that correction, as we can see that the dollar is gaining. So till dollar is gaining, gold will remain sideways. All right, so if I'm gonna look at the side by side and compare that with the euro chart, okay, so we're gonna look at the 1 hour time frame here. So we got a nice breakup here. All right, so this bullish move started from this date. All right, so both moves started this date, and then we can see there the gold stuck there at this area at the start of this week, and we got a breakout on Euro Friday. Euro broke out, and then at the start of the week, we saw a breakout, and gold went higher. Gold was catching the euro. So we can see there that the euro stuck into the sideways market. It is telling us that the euro is weaker while the dollar is strong, and we are having a deeper pullback. All right, so we are expecting euro to break up for another at least go above that 116 up to 116 20 30 whatever, right? And then we are looking at to drag lower back to these areas, euro, right? So till you see that the euro is under pressure, right? So gold may not break out that correction. All right, so we were expecting that correction to appear over there within my previous video analysis, if you remember over there, right? We saw a break up, and then price hit that resistance, the resistance which I was talking, 41.60, and went into that triangle. So dollar is strong. The point here is that the dollar is strong, all right? Euro is falling against the dollar. Okay, so once we're going to see that the euro is breaking up for another leg higher, so highly likely we're going to see that this triangle going to break up and price going to go through that 41.60. That's what we are expecting at the moment, right? So gold to break through the 41.60, all right? So we are in that sideways triangle, sideways correction, or we can say that the triangle. Okay, so the good thing is that the silver is climbing. Okay, the silver is climbing and heading towards that weekly high. Okay, we were expecting silver to go from these areas, break out, bigger correction. We were expecting it to hit that. You can go to my YouTube channel and can watch these updates over there. So this is first time I'm just live on the TikTok. So we got to pull back, break out these corrections, all right? And we broke through that clearly. We are running well above that resistance, all right? The 22 October resistance, all right? This 22 October resistance broke out, and we are heading towards this area. Okay, so we still can see this one more leg lower, okay, as shown by the, if we see that the euro bounce back, as I said, that if euro goes beyond 116, all right, and goes to 116.10, 116.20 or 30, all right, so silver can continue to keep pushing higher towards that, or even all the way to the all-time high. That's the silver, all right? Silver, I mean, the point here is that if I'm going to pull out gold, all right, so this blue chart is still very well behind. Here you can see there that this blue line is very well behind the, let me remove these. Okay, this is telling that the gold is weak while the silver is very strong, and silver is very well ahead. Okay, there we can see at this area, if we look at this. All right, so what was happening over there, the silver did not hit that top. All right, and we saw aggressive sell-off, correction, and then we got another sell-off. What happened over there, the gold went towards that high, tagged that all-time high, and then started to fall. So basically that the gold lagged the silver, and then silver went lower, then we saw that the gold started to follow the silver. Okay, this is called lag. All right, so we call that lag, or we can say that the gold was behind the silver, and then gold caught the silver aggressively to the downside. So we are having same picture there. Okay, gold is behind while the silver is well ahead. Okay, gold is in a triangle against the dollar, while silver is well ahead against the dollar. All right, so this is telling us that the dollar is strong, all right, against the gold, while the gold is very strong against the other currencies like the New Zealand dollar, like the yen. So gold is gaining, means other currencies are struggling against the dollar, all right, and gold is gaining against those currencies, while gold is not gaining against the dollar, all right, but the silver is gaining against the dollar, means silver is more strong as with compared to the gold, all right. But this is a sign that the commodities are gaining, all right, or silver is gaining, and further strength on silver back to that all-time high means that the gold will continue to keep pushing towards that all-time high as well. So the all-time high is 43.80. Currently we are resisting at 41.60 at this area, right? So similar picture here, the picture you have seen there is just appearing here again. All right, so the gold is lagging and silver is well ahead. You have seen my previous video analysis on YouTube, then you know that what I'm talking about when silver was hitting these areas, right? And gold was somewhere close to 39.50 or 39.60 at those areas, and then we saw a very good move on silver and gold. So the point here is that the current time frame is correcting, the 1 hour time frame. This correction is just happening over there, and you are expecting that correction to break up, and currently price to hold that 41 area, and very much like this kind of move you are looking for. All right, so price to pull back and tag that 41 area and hold that, and you're looking first target. The first target you're expecting it to break through that 41.60 or 41.50 areas, and if we get a strong break up, very much similar like the silver, the one which we are having on the silver, then continue to keep heading towards that all-time highs. Right, like this kind of move you're looking. All right, first target. I mean, I have just shown you the chart already. All right, so the 15-minute chart. We were expecting early morning there was a buy opportunity here at these areas, right, and one was there, so we still can visit these lows. All right, we still can visit these lows. So if it doesn't, if the goal is not going to visit that low, then the only exception to get into the trade, if a very strong breakout comes over there, and you can join and you can put your stop behind that and can look for this to continue, clear that resistance, all right, and continue to keep pushing higher. The only exception is if very strong break would come over there, right? Otherwise, you know, the chart we have just shown you before, that much trade you're expecting to appear over there. Okay, at least test, and then yeah. So right now it looks like that the gold gonna break up. All right, this move gonna break up. All right, so I'm not anticipating this move. It can happen, all right, but there's no indication for that breakup yet. Reason, the dollar is strong against the others, all right, and that means that this triangle can take some time before we're gonna get a breakup or upside. So yeah, this is what you're expecting. Hold these 41 areas, all right, and break through that 41.60. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the gold against the yen, here we can see there the gold against the yen is running very much similar like the silver. Okay, so if I'm gonna pull out my fib lines from that all-time high to this low, 28 October lows, I'm gonna, right, hold a second, so I'm gonna lock it, and then if I'll open another window for silver, so silver is running very much similar like the silver is very much like the gold against the yen. All right, so I'm gonna pull out my fib lines from there to here. So that top and this low, we can see there that the 70%, all right, the retracement has happened over there on gold against the yen. Okay, so 70% retracement of that sell-off, and similar sell-off we had on silver, 70% retracement has happened over there. So here we can see there that the gold is gaining, all right, and yen is weak. Yen is very well weak. So if you want to see the yen weaknesses, all right, so the best pair to see that is the chief against the yen. All right, so chief is playing as a very strong safe haven at the moment. All right, so we are just continue to keep rising 193. All right, and we are having another new all-time high on euro against the yen. All right, so new all-time high. So yen is weaker, all right, and dollar is also gaining against the yen. So yen is weaker, causing gold to continue to keep gaining against the yen, all right, and very likely you're gonna see that the gold gonna also hit that all-time high before we're gonna get the all-time high on the gold against the dollar, all right, and we are expecting this to break through and continue to keep pushing higher. So another reason that the gold gonna continue to keep rising is the yen, because yen at the moment is not playing as a safety, because indices are rising, all right. So yen was playing as a safety because we had a drop on indices caused by the shutdown. Now you can see there that the Dow is hitting all-time highs, right? The Dow is hitting all-time highs, while the Nasdaq, I'm gonna look at the daily time frame, okay, so we can see there that the Dow is hitting all-time high. We are about to take out that all-time high. We were expecting that to hold that low and go back up. So Dow is nicely breaking, but Nasdaq 100 index is still lagging, and it can catch up and can hit that all-time high. The reason it's struggling because of AI talks, all right, that the AI is forming a bubble, causing Nasdaq 100 index to stay under pressure. So we were expecting this correction to break out and continue to keep pushing more higher. So my point here is that indices are heading towards all-time high, means that yen to get more weaker. Yen is not playing as a safety at the moment. Yen play as a safety when you see that the the equities goes down, equities fall, all right? You see yen play as a safety then. So means we can see more strength on the gold against the yen, all right? And if we see that the equities go, fall, right, then you're going to see strength on gold against the New Zealand dollar. All right, so either way, okay, either equities goes down, there is a risk on move or risk of move, you're going to see that the gold going to continue to keep climbing. All right, gold going to continue to keep rising, either against the New Zealand dollar, either against the yen. All right, so you cannot stop that, fall on gold. All right, gold going to continue to keep rising, whatever happens to the market. All right, either there is a risk off move or risk on move. The gold going to continue to keep climbing higher, either against the yen or either against the New Zealand dollar. Okay, so both are going to be a sign for you that gold going to continue to keep climbing against the dollar. All right, dollar is still strong against the gold. I mean, gold is struggling against the dollar. The point is that the gold struggling against the dollar, all right, but gold is rising against the other currencies. So means that gold going to break through that resistance which we are having over there on 41.60. That's my point. Get this area, this resistance. So if I'm gonna look at this chart, all right, this chart. So we are having all gold charts here. So gold, if I'm gonna pull out the fib lines, so you can see there we were not having, currencies were not moving when we had that crash, all right? So market was balancing, gold was balancing that move, right? And then after hitting that low, some currencies started to get weaker against the gold. Gold started to rise aggressively against those currencies, and the one was the yen. Okay, gold went up against the yen aggressively for upside, while others were still strong against the gold, right? And then they started to catch up. So the yen is weaker, gold is very much strong against the yen and heading towards that high, right? While we can see there that the gold against the Australian dollar is still weak, all right? Australian dollar is still strong. The reason is very much simple. The reason is that the RBA is not cutting the interest rate. They are holding the interest rate higher, while the other central banks, they're cutting the interest rate, causing the Australian dollar to stay strong. All right, but soon you're going to see that they're going to start cutting the interest rate, which is going to cause the Australian dollar to get weaker. All right, and the Australian dollar going to get weaker across the market. We're going to see strength on the gold against the Australian dollar as well. So this chart is clearly telling us that we are having a huge lag over there. All right, and some currencies are strong against the gold, and some currencies are weaker against the gold. All right, and at some point you're going to see that this lag going to be removed and gold going to be like this. All right, all these currencies, you see that there is nothing. So all were moving, very much same at this area. All right, see there. So this is the move. Okay, this is the move. We are looking on gold. Tag that all-time high or even break through that all-time high gold. All right, either way, gold gonna continue to keep pushing higher. Whatever happens with the other currencies, central banks are cutting the interest rates, and some central banks are lagging behind the other central banks, which is causing their currencies to stay stronger for a while. All right, but they're gonna cut the interest rate whatsoever. All right, and their currencies gonna fall, and gold gonna continue to keep climbing higher. Yeah, it makes sense. So the trade here on this time frame, okay, so you're looking at to drag and hold this triangle and break through and continue to keep pushing more higher. All right, so Bitcoin, we were expecting Bitcoin to hold that. I do have that chart. All right, so this area, I will do analysis later on the Bitcoin. Okay, we are still expecting Bitcoin. I have to update my chart. So we are simply expecting Bitcoin to rise. Okay, the reason why Bitcoin is not rising, as I said, that Nvidia is under pressure. Okay, there's so much pressure on the Nvidia that the Nvidia is forming a bubble, right? And if that's true, Nvidia is really forming a bubble, and if Nvidia falls, then obviously Nvidia definitely going to bring down the Nasdaq 100 index, all right? And if Nasdaq 100 index comes down, you're going to see that the Bitcoin not going to continue to keep rising. So Bitcoin is already, you know, Bitcoin is already pricing into that. That's the reason we are having that sell-off, strong sell-off over there, all right, and here. But we are still expecting Bitcoin to continue to keep pushing higher, hold that 98K, and do not fall below that and go back up. Okay, so thank you very much.